This video is meant to serve as a dessert to Weston's absolutely fundamental guide to poise damage. We will discuss 4 minor pieces of information that have become clear or more established in the years since that video's release. Katana and Axis deal poise damage with their kicks, and are unique among weapon classes for that. Regarding the amount, Katanas, and specifically hand axe, deal 20 with every kick, and other axes deal 35. Put differently, they are equal to the weapon's one-handed R1s. Unlike regular attacks, phantom hits from kicks do not have any visual or oral signifiers. While with axes, this amounts to an interesting gimmick. Katana benefit greatly from this fact, as their kicks are already able to combo into their R1s. With this, it's possible to break poise against 32 poise by using kick into R1, 61 poise by using kick into R1, or kick into R1 into a ghosted R1, 53 poise by using kick into great combustion, as well as other combinations. Obviously, kick can break and reset poise too. When this occurs with a katana, the R1 will still cause a stagger animation, because poise is only reset after the kick's stun animation. As it turns out, due to a glitch in calculating poise damage, a number of attacks deal something like a 500,000th of a point less poise damage than they should. One might correctly evaluate this as an easily abusable feature. For most weapons, this just affects running attacks and possibly their R2s, but it also afflicts both one-handed and two-handed attacks with the Black Knight Great Axe. 32 poise setups are generally chosen to cover the 30 poise damage from a two-handed R1 and the 31.999998 poise damage from two-handed running attacks. Without this glitch, katana, spears, etc. could poise break any 32 poise armor setup with their running attacks. Resources that detail just how much poise damage the different attacks deal are linked below. Weston's video describes the timer that ticks down toward a poise reset and shorthanded its duration as 4 seconds. At this point, the precise duration is known. It is known to be determined by the number of poise-giving armor pieces the player is currently wearing. It starts at 5 seconds, and every such piece of armor speeds up the reset by 10%. So adding a poise-giving chest piece reduces it by half a second to 4.5 seconds. Then Gauntlet reduces it by 0.45 seconds to 4.05, and so forth. Most builds will have a 3.645 seconds with 3 proper armor pieces and the Mask of the Mother, which doesn't give any poise. Replacing the Mask of the Mother with a different armor piece reduces that to about 3.28 seconds. To have it to be noted, Wolfring does not count. As an example, consider your opponent hit you with a Great Combustion and intends to do so again. Factoring out the recovery and startup of their attacks, this would reduce the time available to them by about a seventh. That is far from insignificant. And since we are all accustomed to the timing from 3-piece setups, this can leave them open to a poise backstab. The previously discussed poise timer can be restarted by simply hitting the opponent again, but we are by now aware of some further methods to do so. Firstly, rolling into the opponent counts as a hit, whether or not one uses thorns, and though it doesn't deal poise damage, it does also restart poise. Furthermore, kicks also count as hits, and do also restart the timer, and so do hits which get blocked. Secondly, backstabs count as a whole sequence of hits, engaging the backstab, and then every further hit counts, and each one restarts the timer. All of this extends to a less wieldy criticals as well. However, many weapons can't benefit from this. 2-hit backstabs and 3-hit ripostes have an attack much closer to an end of an animation, without which poise may simply reset over the course of the animation. Though niche, an example usage would be a hit, a backstab, then it goes to hit on wake up. To compensate for the relative triviality of these points, allow me to give a candy piece of strategic advice. You don't always want to break your opponent's poise. Poise breaks are useful to intercept attacks and aggression and spacing, especially backstab attempts, but only for little else. Imagine you hit a mid-roll user twice, one hit away from a stagger. An opponent who gets staggered by any attack you do is squishy, easily pressured, and impotent. This makes this a prime position to engage a more rewarding backstab, or, alternatively, safely disengage to reach a more beneficial spacing and stamina state. Compared to that, a risky R1 that resets their poise doesn't really look all that appealing.